guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it is time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, I have so much to fill you guys in on in regards to Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker, and Shanna Moakler. Shanna is doubling down on her claims that Kim Kardashian and Travis Barker had an affair while they were married. She also is in major defense mode and damage control mode after her kids both spoke out against her and said they have little to no relationship with her. She also threw some serious shade Kourtney's way. I'm not kidding. This quote from her Life and Style magazine interview almost made me spit out my coffee. She is just chirping like a bird to anyone and everyone who will listen. Now, I know I did talk about these three on Monday, but in that video, I did tell you guys that I would fill you in on any and all updates in regards to drama with these three, and that is exactly what I have for you today. We have been following this Kourtney and Travis relationship since they were rumored to have been dating, and I've been following this drama between Kourtney, Travis, and Shanna from the beginning, so we have to see it through. We have to see what happens. So that is exactly why I wanted to fill you guys in on all of these updates today, because it is some piping hot tea, and I know that is something we all love. But anyway, now that you guys know where I'm coming from, we have so much to talk about, so let's not waste any more time and get into these Kourtney, Travis, and Shanna facts. So in case you guys missed it, there has been a lot of drama going down between Kourtney Kardashian and her current boyfriend Travis Barker and his ex-wife Shanna Moakler. If you don't know what's going on, definitely go check out my pop-off from Monday because I break it all down. But basically, Shanna Moakler accused Kim Kardashian and Travis Barker of having an affair in an Instagram DM. She says that's the reason why they got divorced, and both of her kids also spoke out against her and revealed that they have little to no relationship with their mom. There's a lot more to it, so like I said, definitely go check out my pop-off from Monday for all the details, but I just wanted you guys to know the gist. Now, since all of that went down, a lot has been happening because Shanna Moakler is in damage control mode and defense mode. First up, let's talk about a recent interview she did with Us Magazine where she doubled down on claims that Kim Kardashian and Travis Barker did in fact have an affair, and now he's dating her sister. In this interview, Shanna made it clear that she was, quote, never friends with the Kardashians, because we did hear that their families were friends. She went on to say, quote, I divorced my ex because I saw them. I caught them having an affair. She's talking about Kim and Travis, obviously. Now, I want to pause for a second here and remind you that in 2015, Travis did talk to Us Magazine when he released a book about his life, and he admitted to having a crush on Kim when she was Paris Hilton's assistant, / when he was seeing Paris Hilton in the early 2000s. At this time, he said Kim was his, quote, eye candy, but that he was in no way disrespectful to Paris. At this time, he also made it clear he, quote, never touched Kim. So they both have denied the affair, and on top of that, a source did speak to Page 6 this week and also denied that Kim and Travis ever hooked up at all. The source said that they were only friends, and that's in fact how Kourtney and Travis even met, was through Kim. Regardless, Shanna is singing a totally different tune. She says that Travis is, quote, 100% lying about never hooking up with Kim. Shanna went on to say that Kim and Travis's alleged hookup happened prior to 2007, aka prior to Keeping Up with the Kardashians even airing on television. So again, I believe she's talking about 2006, because that's when Travis Barker filed for divorce initially, and that's when he was linked to Paris Hilton. Shanna went on to say, quote, he had already had an affair with Paris Hilton, and at the time, Kim was Paris's closet designer. They were best friends, and he started using Kim as a model for his clothing company. Shanna went on to say that during this time, she asked Travis not to use Kim as a model because of her ties to Paris, because of Paris and Travis's relationship. She went on to say, quote, we were working on our marriage and trying to heal through that affair, that infidelity, but he continued to work with her, meaning Kim. Shanna went on to say that at this time, she also received text message conversations between Kim and Travis, and also knew people who were present at their alleged hookups. She said these third parties let her know what was going on, and that Kim and Travis was something she was well aware of. Now, because Shanna can't do an interview without throwing a little shade Kourtney's way, she also mentioned that at the time that Kim and Travis were allegedly hooking up, she had no idea Kourtney even, quote, existed, and once again, she said she thinks it's weird that Travis is now dating her after his past with Kim. During this interview, Shanna also, of course, made it clear she has, quote, no desire to speak with Kourtney. Okay, well, all of that is marinating in your brain. Now let me tell you what Shanna had to say in regards to her kids saying that they have little to no relationship with her. So Shanna sent a statement to People Magazine saying that the claims of her being an absent parent are false and incredibly hurtful. She said co-parenting is hard and she will continue to prioritize her kids' happiness. Shanna continued saying, quote, I refuse to involve them in a vindictive parenting competition where feelings are bound to get hurt. Encouraging relationships with both parents is a duty on both mother and father. I know one day my children will see through the fame and money machine they have been thrust into and realize their mother loves and will always be there for them. On top of that, Shanna also defended her boyfriend Matthew to Life and Style magazine after her daughter Alabama. Remember, she posted on her Instagram story and claimed that Matthew cheats on her mom and doesn't treat her well. Shanna claimed to Life and Style magazine that her kids, quote, have a lot of animosity towards her boyfriend. And then here comes the shade she threw at Kourtney Kardashian that almost made me choke this morning. She said, quote, I don't really understand why Kourtney is queen. Shanna went on to say that her kids have not been nice to her boyfriend despite the time they've spent together, which she doesn't understand because he's always been supportive of her and fun. She also mentioned that her kids are, quote, getting Prada from Kourtney, which might explain their tight-knit bond. Now, I've got to tell you guys, I really do think Shanna is on one about this Prada that her kids are allegedly getting because she mentioned it again in another interview with Us Magazine where she recently said, quote, the Kardashians are buying my kids Prada every other day. They're going on lavish trips. They're doing all these things, which is fine. I think it's nice that they're being kind to my kids. I want that for my children. However, Shanna said what's not great is that they, quote, put a wedge in between their biological mother. Now, because Shanna did want to promote the project she's working on, she did mention at the end of this interview that she's thrusting herself into work. She has a swimsuit line and she's also working on pageants, but she's doing this until her kids see through, quote, the veil of the manipulation machine. Once her kids see through this veil, she said that's when she'll be able to heal and rebuild their relationship. Cheese and rice. I don't know about you all, but that is a lot. And I have so many thoughts and feels about this. So let's go ahead and pop off and get to that shambong. Okay, so I think we can all agree that Shanna is absolutely going buck wild doing all of these interviews, and I totally understand that she wants to defend herself. She wants to back up the things that she's claiming. She doesn't want to come across as the crazy ex-wife who still has feelings for Travis Barker. I get that, but unfortunately, it's not coming across that way at all, and if anything, I think her doing all of these interviews and talking about her boyfriend and her relationship with her kids and talking ish on Kourtney and Travis, all that's doing is driving a bigger wedge between her and her children instead of driving a wedge between her kids and Kourtney and Travis. I mean, constantly talking about how their dad is a manipulating machine and then her throwing shade at Kourtney, who I do feel like they do kind of look at Kourtney as somewhat of a mother figure. That's just not helping Shanna's case at all, in my opinion. And you know what I think is really sad actually in all of this is the fact that Shanna is blaming her kids' love for Travis and Kourtney on material things. And while I'm sure her kids are absolutely loving the loads of Prada they're allegedly getting, I mean, hello, do we blame them? If someone wanted to come in and give me free Prada, I wouldn't say no either. However, what I truthfully do think they love more is the attention that they get from Travis and Kourtney, not the material things. And if there's anything I've learned, kids who grow up with money and in the spotlight, to them, material things really don't mean anything. Because at the end of the day, if Alabama and Landon wanted to go buy some Prada, all they would have to do is ask their dad for his credit card and go buy it themselves. So I truthfully don't think, contrary to what Shanna believes, the Prada has nothing to do with why they love Kourtney and Travis. I really do think that they are just actually enjoying the fact that their dad is dating someone who wants to spend time with them, who wants to take them on trips, and also who is including them in their own life too. Because keep in mind, Kourtney has also kind of integrated her kids' lives into Travis's kids' lives. So really, at the end of the day, Shanna can keep shading them all she wants. I really think that the kids are just liking having two parent figures around in their life. All right, now let's move on and talk about Shanna doubling down on those claims that Kim Kardashian had an affair with Travis Barker. Now, if you watched my video on Monday, you know that I never doubted that a Kim Kardashian and Travis Barker hookup may or may not have happened. The only thing I really doubted was that Kim and Travis's alleged affair is the reason why Shanna Moakler and Travis Barker got divorced. Now, the only reason why I was doubting that is because Travis Barker did technically file for divorce in 2006, and that's when he started having his fling with Paris Hilton, and obviously that's when he laid eyes on his eye candy, Miss Kim Kardashian. Now, I'll admit, whenever Travis Barker said a hookup never happened, and then that Page 6 source said a hookup never happened, I was kind of like, do we believe it? And now, honestly, I find it even more fishy now that Shanna has come forward and said she has proof of Kim and Travis's hookup. Because on top of Shanna's proof, let's not forget that Aubrey O'Day also posted on her Instagram story and talked about a 4th of July around this time, and she also backed up that Kim and Travis were hooking up and that Shanna Moakler was after Kim Kardashian because she was looking to slash her tires. So between Shanna saying she has text message conversations between Kim and Travis proving their hookup, and Aubrey O'Day also confirming that they were hooking up, Personally, for me, if I were Kourtney, I think that would be enough for me to maybe take a step back and really evaluate if this is the relationship I want to be in after the comments my boyfriend said about my sister and after these people coming forward and saying my boyfriend hooked up with my sister. Now, me personally, I would probably take a step back and be like, you know what? This has been real. It's been fun. Hasn't been real fun. I'm out. But just because I feel that way doesn't mean that Kourtney can't still be with Travis. And that also doesn't mean that Kourtney doesn't know about Kim and Travis and is totally okay with it and thinks, hey, the past is the past. Now we're in love with each other. Now we're obsessed with each other. Who cares if you hooked up with my sister once or twice and called her your eye candy? You know, Kourtney could know all of that information and literally care less. Just because you and I are weirded out about it doesn't mean that Kourtney and Travis's relationship is any less real, has any less love, and that she still isn't in it for the long haul. That just personally would be a little too much for me. Regardless, this is all absolutely wild. And like I said on Monday, which I feel like I kind of jinxed myself, I don't think this drama is going to stop anytime soon. I think Shanna is going to continue hitting back in the press, and eventually, I feel like within this week or the next week, Mama Chris is going to step in and she's going to put on her PR crown that she wears and really come to Travis and Kourtney's defense, and that is probably not going to be good for Shanna. That's just my little prediction. Obviously, we're going to have to wait and see, but now I am dying to hear you guys' thoughts on all of this fresh tea. What do you think about everything that Shanna said in her recent interviews? Let out all your thoughts and feels down below. While you're at it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell. While you guys are at it, make sure you give me a follow over on Instagram. I do mini pop-offs Monday through Friday on my Instagram reels. Also, if you guys could follow me over on TikTok, I do more celeb content on there, plus just a little fun. Also, make sure you check out my merch store at houseofhill.com. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!